Recently, there has been a trend with manufacturers releasing miniature versions of popular mice. We have the Viper Mini, a miniature version of the Razer Viper, the Mirror S, which shape resembles a smaller G Pro wireless, and the mouse we're going to be reviewing today, the Skoll Mini, which is a smaller version of the Skoll. But are small mice really all that great? Well, today I'll be giving you my personal review on the Skoll Mini, and while I do think the Skoll Mini is great, it may not be for you. Before I get started, I would like to ask you guys to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. With that being said, let's begin. The Skoll Mini is a small, lightweight, ergonomic shaped mouse weighing in at 50 grams. Its measurements are 117 millimeters in length, 60 millimeters in width, and 40 millimeters at its highest point. Compared to the regular Skoll, which dimensions are 124.6 millimeters in length, 60 millimeters in width, and 42.3 millimeters at its highest point, looking at them side by side, we can see just how much smaller the Skoll Mini is compared to its bigger brother. Let's start by mentioning what you get inside the box. You get a collectible tin to store your mouse or whatever you want really. You get one detachable micro USB paracord for your mouse, which by the way is very flexible and it's a pretty good cable overall. Not the best, but good. You get two TTC pink switches included in case you want to open your mouse and replace the Amron switches that are already installed. Also in the tin, you'll find an extra pair of white PTFE mouse skates, something I think many manufacturers should start doing, and I'm happy that G-Wolves listen to feedback by providing these types of feet. Good on you, G-Wolves, or should I say G-Sevlow. I don't care, G-Wolf sounds better, so I'm calling them that. And last but not least, you get some thick mouse grips, which I absolutely love, and they remind me a lot of the lizard skin grips you can buy online. I'll talk more about the grips later in the video. Oh yeah, you get a G-Wolves brush to clean your mouse, which feels and looks pretty damn good. Now, you won't get any extra paracord cable like you would have gone if you picked up the regular Skoll, but hey, at least they give you better skates and way better mouse grips, as the regular Skoll's grips were very thin and just felt cheap. So now that we talked about what's in the box, let's talk about the quality control of the Skoll Mini. Mouse 1 and 2 have very little wobble. The scroll wheel doesn't move much at all side to side. Now while there is side flicks, it's very, and I mean very hard to actuate the side buttons, so side flicks should not be a problem. Our Skoll Mini developed a creaking issue on the mouse 1 button, but it's nowhere near as bad as the creaking issue we had with the Hottie. All in all, the quality of the mouse is okay, and I am very impressed they got a lightweight mouse to feel very solid. Before I forget, let's do a quick sound test. Moving to the bottom of the mouse, we can see the PMW3389 sensor, which is a very good sensor, and you will have no problems with lift-off distance or spin-outs. I did try the sensor on two different surfaces, the Zowie GSR-SC and the Mousepad Company mousepad, and neither of those surfaces gave me problems. So it's safe to say that this mouse will work on most, if not on all mousepad surfaces. Also on the bottom, we can see the DPI button and the pulling rate adjustment button. The buttons do have an LED indicator to show you which DPI and pulling rate option you are on. This again is something that I like on mice, just because I hate having to guess what my DPI setting is, and this lets you know in a flash if you have the right mouse DPI and pulling rate. Now let's briefly go over the software. The software is okay. You can change your DPI in increments of 50. You can also change your pulling rate and have macros assigned to different profiles. Overall, the software is okay and it works. Last and not least, let's talk about my experience with the Skoll Mini. When I first started playing with the mouse, I felt like I couldn't get a good grip on it. Everything just felt off and my aim just wasn't there. I soon realized that the coating on the mouse along with the small shape really wasn't helping me grip the mouse comfortably. The Skoll Mini's coating is a soft, smooth plastic-like coating that just made it too slippery to hold. Not only that, but the mouse was too small for me, and that just made it difficult for me to properly grip the mouse. I wasn't the only one with this issue either. My brother had the same issues I had, so that was a little weird to me. But thankfully, G-Wolves included thick and really grippy mouse grips that, let me just say, helped out so much. The grips add enough width and height while offering a great rubberized texture, making me hold the Skoll Mini with confidence. These grips made the mouse that much more enjoyable for me, and I have to give credit where credit is due, because the grips themselves are a huge improvement from their previous grips. With all this being said, you may not even need the grips at all, and the coating itself may not even bother you. I really think they improve with quality and features with the Skoll Mini. It's definitely a small mouse and I would categorize it as so. Overall, my experience was good and I'm happy G-Wolves is doing their part to really bring out mice with features I think many of us want. That being said, this won't be replacing any of my current mains I use like the XM1 or the Zowie S2. It's definitely not a bad mouse, but if there's one thing I learned over the years is that if you really want to improve your gameplay, you gotta find your comfort zone, and unfortunately for me, the Skoll Mini is just too small and I can't really claw grip it comfortably. Even with the grips on, which sucks because I really wanted to like the Skoll Mini, but I just can't perform as well with it compared with something like the Zowie S2. Like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more content like this. This is Carlos from Unplugged, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.